how to politely reject a woman who has a boyfriend but hovers around you.
Well, I was having a conversation with a dude yesterday in a phone session, and I've done a couple sessions over the years with him. He had a previous girlfriend that he was engaged to, that he had since broken it off with because she had cheated on him. And then he had another woman that he was involved with, and he stopped dating her for a while because of some things she had going on in her life. And then she came back, but then she's sleeping with a guy friend of hers, and she's in a relationship with him, but she's still willing to go out and hang out with this guy and basically hook up with him. And the thing I was pointing out to him is that you're tolerating, he wants monogamy, he wants exclusivity, he wants a family, but yet the women that he's allowing into his life and his inner circle are liars and cheaters. And he continues to spend time with them. And it's like whatever you observe, you participate in. Whatever you tolerate, you're going to invite more of into your life. And I was pointing that out as like you're hanging out with women that have no integrity. And so you're attracting other women that have integrity and giving you the opportunity to cheat with them. And the guy's thinking, oh, I'm going to get into a relationship with this girl. It's like if she cheats on you with, or cheats on him with you, eventually she's going to do the same thing to you because that's just how she rolls. It's like the stat is like 95% of relationships that start from cheating end in cheating.
Yeah, if what is the saying? If she'll do it for you, she'll do it to you.
Yep. That's a good one.
That actually happened to a friend of mine. I mean, in this case, he's gay. He actually had a boyfriend. His boyfriend cheated on him with this dude, and then that dude cheated on his ex-boyfriend. So it's definitely true. But also when it comes to like back to the question, rejecting a woman who has a boyfriend but hovers all over him, I don't think there's not a polite nor is there a not polite way of saying it. It's like I would be straightforward. I'd be like, no, dude, I am sorry. I don't believe in the whole, you cheating on your other significant other. Yeah, I just feel like you have to be straight up.
I feel like this isn't like she's teaching attention, because I think she senses that she's trying to reject her, but she probably has been one of those girls that hasn't been really rejected.
She's got a Frankenstein boyfriend project going on. She's got a boyfriend, and he's fulfilling a lot of her needs, but not all of her needs.
Yeah.
And so whatever kind of emotional connection she's got with this guy, women do this. Women that are disloyal and have no integrity, they'll line up a dude while they are living with a guy, or they're married to a guy, or they have a boyfriend, and once things look good with the new guy, then they monkey branch. They break up with the old guy, and then they're literally the next day they're with the new dude. And that's just how they roll. And so for guys that are good dudes, women like that, if they're really happy and they're in love, they're probably going to be faithful and loyal to you. But if you slip up, maybe you get busy with life, you're not present with her, you're not present with the kids, and the next door neighbor is very nice and friendly and younger and handsome and flirtatious with her, and her husband's away for 2 weeks on a business trip, and they argued on the phone about something, and she's kind of upset, so she's telling the neighbor. She has a couple glasses of wine. Husband hasn't been around much, hasn't been taking care of business properly, and oops, it just kind of happens. She sleeps with the neighbor. And so the point being to the original question is that you have to nip that behavior in the bud, because if you allow that into your life, now you're telling the universe it's okay to send me more of these kinds of women, instead of just saying, hey, we don't allow that type of behavior here. But you can do it, especially if it's somebody you're working with, or a coworker, or could be some dude's wife that you just say, hey, I appreciate the interest, I'm really flattered, but you're in a relationship and that would be inappropriate, and it's kind of not cool.
No, and especially
if you're not happy, you should talk to your boyfriend or your husband about it and work things out. But if it's not going to work out, then you should leave, spend some time healing and being single for a while, and then when you're ready, start dating again. And then if I'm still single and at the time, it's like, hit me up.
Yeah, it's clearly not aligning with his morals. So,
Yeah, you got to hold her accountable to the values that you want. So, which obviously he wants to do, but he wants to do it in a way that's tactful. Did he say it was a coworker?
no, it's a woman who has a boyfriend.
Ah,
But he didn't
the other
say
thing
if
is
it
never
was.
mow another man's lawn. My brother, I've told this story many times over the years, had a friend of his that he worked with when he was in college that they both valeted. And there was this really hot hostess that worked there, and she was kind of sweet on my brother's friend, and so they went back to her place one night. He's thinking this is going to be great. And then her psycho ex boyfriend jumps out of the bushes or whatever, and this guy had no knowledge or even knew anything about that there was even a wacko ex in the background. He shoots my brother's friend in the head, kills him right there on the spot. And then the guy is, all emotional, losing it, and says, "See what you made me do." And then he takes a gun and shoots himself in the head right in front of her. And it's so, and like in that case, it's like the guy, I don't think he even knew she had had once had, she wasn't even with this guy anymore. But he was, I guess, stalking her, and he had no idea. But you take a guy like that is dating a girl, and then you go sleep with his girl, there's a good chance that dude's going to come after you. And that's why you never mow another man's lawn. It's like,
Yeah, but if they
it's
weren't
not
together,
a good way to go. I know, but like I said, it was
yeah,
this guy, my brother's friend, had no idea that she had a guy that she was dating at one point in the recent past, and she had split up. And I don't think she even knew that this guy was
yeah, it was probably
sitting in her
really close.
driveway, and she must have left me because she found another guy, and he's probably assuming this. Could have been a dude she was just dating. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was an ex boyfriend of hers. And he's waiting. He's thinking some dude stole my girl, basically, and then he sees her going home with another guy, and he must be like, "That's the dude that ripped off my girl." And meanwhile, he had no idea. He was just showing up. He was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
But like I said, my point is like there are dudes like that out there that don't care. We have obviously. I'm sure when you worked in the news, you probably heard about this.
Yes.
The Hialeah divorces that we
Yes.
have in South Florida, it happens all the time. It's like murder suicide. Woman says she's leaving her husband, or he finds out she's cheating on her. He goes and takes care of her boyfriend or the guy she's cheating on. Then he kills his wife, and then he kills himself. And this is like, it happens all the time. Whatever reason in Hialeah, because there's a lot of Latinos down. We love our Latinos, obviously, and they're very fiery, and a lot of bad things happen. And so if you're going to be a man in the modern age, it's don't mow another man's lawn. And so when you have a woman that is giving you hints, you got to hold her accountable and just not participate, and tell her, put some guardrails up, because that's what she needs. She needs enough men of integrity to go, that's, you're with that guy, and we all know him, and you're willing to cheat on him. It's like, that's just not cool. It's like, if you're not happy, don't be a coward. Have the courage to leave the guy so he can move on, find the right girl, and then you can move on and find the right dude. But trying to line a hookup or whatever when you're with him, that's just not fucking cool. And so you should tell her, let her know. And she hears that enough from enough guys, she's like, wow, I don't want to get a hoe type reputation.